And we are live once again. This is the LW500 Latch Bar personal exercise that you will be witnessing. So I will not be doing an awful lot of talking. You will actually see me doing my workout. So I will communicate from time to time, but not as I normally do, because I miss out on getting my workout when I am doing my demonstrations. So I want to make sure that I get my workout in also. So this is the LW500 Latch Bar exercise system. This system is an attachment system for resistance bands and also straps. You can also use chains and probably a number of other things that you can attach to the latch bar system. So I am getting ready to conduct my normal sit-ups using my strap assemblies and the basic latch bar. We go from the regular sit-up to our squats. Then we turn around to the wall mount system. This is my portable setup. This is the stationary setup. So everything that we use today, not necessarily will it be a latch bar piece of equipment. This roller here is just a piece of equipment. It's called the Perfect AB Carb. So it's supposed to give you some abs. But what it does is it gives you the workout. Gives you the workout equipment so that you can develop your abs when you use this. Just like you can develop your abs when you use my product. So you want to give your stomach or your muscles a little bit of versatility, and you want to make sure that you're not doing the same thing all the time. So you throw something in different. Something like this ab roller here. And You use it also with your workout. And then we're going to go back up here to the stationary mount. And we're going to conduct some pull down crunches. Now the Latchbar system can be seen on my website, www.LW500products.net. That would be called a side crunch. Side crunch is good for all your excess muscles that you have over here on each one of your sides. So we want to make sure that we compress whatever you have there, just to generate a little bit more movement. As I had indicated, this is my workout, it's not my normal demonstration. So you will see me actually do exercise as if you were doing exercise. So I will have regular set. As I indicate to you, I am not only the patent owner, the designer of the equipment, I am also a user of the equipment. And I focus on all aspects, all parts of the body. Because I feel I need to work out just like I encourage each one of you to work out with my product. So I don't want to be a hypocrite. I work out with it also. So no, I wouldn't be able to afford getting one of those high-class athletes to demonstrate my product, to make it look like they possibly got their looks from using my product, which isn't true. LeBron James, I saw him demonstrating the tonal. How much did they pay him for that? Goodness gracious. From what they paid him, I probably wouldn't even have to sell my product for what they paid him. So I need a payday like that too. But I'll never get it. And it's okay. Because we all have to make it our own way, and we all have to crawl before we walk. So that's what I'm doing. I'm having fun while doing it though. I'm sharing my product with all of you. And like I always encourage you, when you work out aggressively. That way, you will get something out of your efforts. Otherwise, you may not get anything. You're just exercising and you're too lackadaisical. So you have to put something into it. Like they always say, if you're looking to get something out of your efforts, you got to put something into it. And you have to have patience, and you will eventually get there. So I've trained myself to have a little bit of all of that stuff. One day, that day will come. Remember, when using the latch bar system, you are working multiple muscle groups for every exercise that you're doing. So you want to make sure you work your muscles no matter what age you are. Because if you don't use your muscles, you will lose them. Or they will be a lot weaker than what they should be due to lack of use. It happens to us all. So we want to make sure we take advantage of while we're in pretty good shape, while we're in decent enough shape to work out and do so. Because if you don't start at one point, it's just going to go further downhill. That's it. And when you start off gradually, because you don't want to injure yourself. And that's what discourages everyone from working out. Injuries, pain. Well, using resistance bands, I must tell you, you don't get a lot of pain unless you overdo it. So if you overdo it, it's just like anything else. It hurts. So I encourage you not to overdo it. Only work out until you feel that you really haven't worked out. You feel like you almost didn't do anything. But do it every day. And then increase gradually as you go on to avoid the pain. Then, once you feel that you've exercised enough, then you want to step your game up. Once you step your game up, you start to feel the benefits, and you feel much, much better every single day. You'll have more energy. You'll have more stamina. You will also build your resistance level up by exercising. You'll find that you won't get sick as much as you used to So it's not just for external appearance. Working out increases your health. It helps your health to the point that it lowers your blood pressure. It lowers your cholesterol. It lowers your A1C for diabetes. That's what exercising is for. You need to exercise. The doctors tell you that. Everyone tells you that. No matter where you go, we all need to exercise. It even helps our skin. So not only externally, internally, it improves the tone of your skin. It brightens you. It gives you more daily energy. How much more could you ask for? It improves your overall appearance and your health. Can't ask for more than that. But you have to do it. No one else is going to do it for you. You have to do it yourself. So, you can watch me, and I encourage you to visit my website so that you can get some of this equipment that's not going to kill you in price, or it's not going to kill you in your efforts. In fact, you'll find that using the latch bar attachment system, your exercise will be a lot easier than you ever thought. Take, for example, the sit-up that you saw me do, the crunches that you saw me do. I'm using a set of straps, using my arms to help pull myself into a sit-up or crunching position. When I'm doing the crunch over here, pull-up crunch, I have straps in order to do that, to help myself. It helps you when you pull yourself up. It helps you when you lower yourself back down. It keeps you from getting injuries like you would normally get. Now, I understand a lot of us don't want to get down on the floor, this and that and the other. You need to stop making excuses. Because if you're going to work out, if you make that commitment, you're going to have to do a lot of things that you didn't used to do. Or things that you used to do that you can't do anymore because you don't exercise. Come on. You want me to call it the right way? That's it. If you exercise, you'll find that you'll be able to do the things that you find difficulty in doing. Make those things go away. I'm going back to the floor. Even doing push-ups with the bar elevated makes the push-up even easier. Now, push-up is a push-up, so it's not going to be easy no matter what. But when you put your hand on the floor to do a push-up, you can never really get your hand and your arm to bend in that complete 90-degree angle. So when you put weight on it to do that push-up, it's now uncomfortable. So when you go down to do that push-up and you push back up, the more you do it, the more uncomfortable it gets. So using the bar, your hands and your arms are much straight. They're straight. So when you go down to do the push-up, it doesn't impact your wrist and hand. It doesn't give you that discomfort. It doesn't give you that discouraging feeling that makes you not want to do push-ups. Oh, I'm sorry. We forgot to do some rollouts. These rollouts are important. Rollouts keep you honest. Okay? Now we're going to go back to our sit-ups and our crunch. Rollouts, as I indicated, you can't really cheat on a rollout, but on most of my equipment, you can't cheat and do your exercise. Remember, who are you cheating? If you cheat doing your exercise, only yourself. So always remember that so that you get the most out of what you're doing. This is set number 3, I believe, of just the crunches. But we did do a number of other things in between. So with the crunches alone, after finishing this set, the core, we will have done 525 core exercise. That's not to include any of the extra arm exercise that you also see me doing. So you see for yourself that I really do exercise. Instead of just demonstrate, I also exercise too. Still with me? I hope so. Either way, this is what I mean. When you do a workout, it's different. You want to do your sets, you want to do a specific number, and you want to repeat what you're doing over and over. That way, you will start to see benefits, and you can keep track of what you're doing. Often enough, it's good to make a worksheet and track exactly your exercise so you can account for what you did. Because sometimes we do get absent-minded and we don't remember whether or not we did a specific exercise. So you make sure your quantity remains the same all the time, and then you make a mark for every single time you completed your exercise. Pretty easy to do using an Excel spreadsheet. You can make spreadsheets out, print them up, put them on a clipboard, bring them with you to your work area, and keep track of what you're doing. And of course, as you can see, a number of exercises, you get really good at it. You can almost turn them into a cardio effect. It's not the same as working with heavy weights. You can do a lot more with resistance bands and straps. And of course, they are much more safe for you to utilize because they put less stress on your muscles and your joints. And you don't have to take my word for it. You can ask your physician, ask your doctor. They'll tell you the truth just like I just did. And I must tell you, don't sleep on resistance bands. You can get as thorough as a workout as you can with resistance bands than you can with anything else, just like anything else. So, if you don't believe me, as you all know, I give open invitations for local people to come by my studio, and I can prove it to you. How about that? An open invitation. Come on by. We don't have to be in any competition. I can just show you how to use resistance bands, and you'll understand how to use them a lot better, and you'll change your opinion of what you think about resistance bands. That's right. You will think much higher about resistance bands once you visit my studio and do a little workout. We don't have to be on camera. We can do a private session just so that you learn. Of course, I'd like for it to be videoed because then more people would get the opportunity to see that it's not just me. Of course, I make it look easy because I do it all the time. So come on by. You have an invitation. My telephone number's on my webpage. Set up an appointment. And come on by. Remember, the Latchbar website is www.lw500products.com. latchbarworkout.net. You can see more than 100 videos on YouTube. Log on to YouTube and in the search field, type in my product name, LW500 Latch Bar Exercise System. And then please subscribe. I need some subscribers so that I can get my own page or my own station or channel as they call it, just like a lot of other people on YouTube. I need your help. Doesn't cost you anything. How much more can I ask of you? I'd like to thank any one of you that took the time out to view my video. As always, I know I've been rambling just a little bit, not as much tonight because I actually wanted to do some exercise. I know it's a little late for you to be observing, but maybe not. Generally, I like to watch my football, my basketball at this time. But it's important always to work out. So I do have the TV on, but the volume is muted so that I'm not in violation. You understand? There's policies that I have to abide by, and that's just that. So in closing, give me a little moment. I'm going to walk out here and I'm going to grab my little hula hoop. And I'll be right back in because this right here, believe me or not, this can get you in the best of shape that you can possibly be in if you use it correctly. Now this is a weighted hula hoop. So it's a little larger than usual and it's also heavier than usual. So I'm going to give you a little core demonstration. On its usage, because just like me using the ab roller, you can also use other products to get your core tight. Now, I know all of this stuff isn't easy, but practice makes things easy. So that's all I say. So you remember when you did all these things and you were a kid, you didn't know the benefits that you were getting from doing them at that time. But now that you're an adult, you look back at it and you say, holy smokes, I did used to do that. And I do remember I used to have a real small waist. Well, we didn't have weighted hula hoops. We had those totally plastic, lightweight ones. And they were really, really easy to use. But they did a job that we didn't realize it because we were kids. And with all the other running around, ripping and roaring, you know, you didn't realize you were really benefiting from all that stuff that we were doing back in the day. So now, as we're adults, you have all these different gadgets and stuff that we don't use, that they make for us, that will get us back into the same condition or close, get us in adult shape. We won't be able to get back into kid shape, but we get in some adult shape, you know? And by doing it, yep, you'd be surprised. I know I might look a little strange doing this, but imagine the benefits that I'm getting from doing this. And you know, it don't look all that difficult, does it? Nope. All I'm doing is just move my little body around to make this thing go around my stomach and beat on those areas that are causing, you know, that ugliness. That's what I'm talking about. But you have to do this once again too. You have to do this very, very aggressively. So you see how I got this thing rotating? You can rest be assured that my stomach is getting the brunt of all of this. But it's all good because I love the benefits and you would love them too. So why don't you get on board? Don't matter what you do, you need to do something. Because one of these days, we're not going to be able to do anything. So take advantage of all this goodness while we can. So I'm going to slow this down all the way to a stop and let it drop. And I'm going to call it a day. Thank you all very much. Remember, you can do this too. All you got to do is put some effort into it. Have a good night.